cold cases to serial killers, missing persons, and more.
100% he did this.
I'd go off in the fantasy world.
How much more lucky can you get that you're not on death row?
You want to know what we know.
My name is Jay. This is Guilty of Crime.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I am Jay with Guilty of Crime, and today, Stephan Sterns. I put Stephan Stern. I guess I misspelled that. Gets tipped in for a flat tire, and Maddie's body's found. Now, Thomas Carris is a true hero. So I've got my background, my flag, my got my USA flag, and we're gonna pay a tribute to Thomas Carris Day. We're going to listen to the audio now. Do me a favor as you come in, please do hit that like button, y'all. It's not easy being a YouTube creator. A lot of things going around, but more than anything, we have to keep focus on Madeline Soto, who is the victim in this case. Thank you, Carly. I needed the avocado. And let me, since I can't hear anything right now anyway, I'm going to take these off for a minute and say hello to everybody. Now, you may or may not have heard the audio yet. This audio was played on Grizzly, but I do commend my girls here that got these documents and this audio with a FOIA request. So I always give credit where credit's due, and I would totally shout out Grizzly, and I'm still shouting her out because I love her, but this time the girls got it. So thank you, Bree and Carly, for getting the FOIA and getting all these juicy audios that really do help us get closer to justice for Madeline Soto. So if you like the way I present true crime and you like the chat being here, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share with your community and friends. Hello, everybody. What's up? All right. What are we doing today? We got some audio going on. I just want to talk about the case and say we really want justice for Maddie, and we really want to cover other cases. So we will try to balance it out, hopefully next week, unless a big doc dump comes in. Unless it comes in, we have more audio to cover, and every day I hear more things about the case that are going awry. All right, so hello, Ada, Sadie's mama. And I do want to say, if I haven't said it already about the hurricane, I do want to send prayers for those of you that are hunkering down for the storm, or that it's affecting, or that it has already affected. I'm in California, which makes me less aware of it than you all are, but I do see it on the internet. So praying for the Florida peeps, and justice for Maddie. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. You know, I understand why everybody else is here. We're a lovely chat. We're all family here. And but yeah, we definitely want to get justice for Maddie. Say a prayer for Florida. What's up, Fem Dandy? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Foxy Amazon, always good to see you. And we got some gifted membership today. I threw out 5 of them, and JoJo gifted 5 memberships, and a bunch of people won them. So thank you all. Are you all ready to listen to some audio today? We're going to be listening to audio, and tomorrow we're going to go over the documents tomorrow from the documents, I say the jail log of Stephan Sterns. So the jail log is definitely, it's interesting. What's up, Millie? How you doing? Evil Lady, Ida, Synth, Petty, all y'all rock, y'all doing it. Foxy Amazon, I can't stream it at any other time now that you're gifting at 420. And we gotta love the Geminis. We love Flower Girl. All right, anybody hear anything cool? Anything going on with you guys? Everybody safe? Now, I know a lot of people are marking safe from Diddy, but are you safe from the storm? That's what I want to know. So Thomas Carris is going to be our hero of the day. He's hero of the year. He intervened, and this is the true meaning of Grizzly true crimes. See something, say something. All right. So this particular one, he saw an eye. He said the eyes of a stranger. So when you look at my thumbnail and you see the eyes of a stranger on the front. That's Stephan Sterns that looked dead in the eye to Thomas Carris when he was driving and he saw Stephan Sterns fix his flat tire, and he wasn't sure if it was a flat, so he wanted to check that out, and they found Maddie's body. But you're going to find out, well, how they did that. This is not the one I want to share. You're going to find out what transpired and how much work he actually had to do to get them to listen to his tip. He first tipped in Stephan Sterns, and they said, you know what? You don't have enough information. Call back when you do. All right. So that's kind of discouraging for somebody. I know it would be for me. Bambi says we have a lot of fires in Wyoming, but I'm safe. Just smoke killing me. Well, I'm sorry. If you have an inhaler, use the inhaler. What's up, Melissa Vegas? How you doing? Papa Paul looks like he's here. What's up? And my man Adam. What's up? We got the pirates in the house. Pirates, gypsies, all that, right? All right. So what do you got, Synth? You got two author friends on Tampa. She went to Pensacola. The other one's an hour. And then, yeah, they're hunkering down, right? So, yeah, Kylie, this, I don't know if you're referring to Thomas Carris, but this guy is truly, he's our hero. He's Maddie's hero. And if he wouldn't have tipped this in, you're going to hear from him in his own words, how they didn't take him seriously. So I'm going to say hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Thomas Carris is his name. He talks to Detective Morris and Detective Smallwood. All right, let's get to it. And then I have another one, and her name is Britney. Is that right, Synth? I think I have that there. I think I have it down as Britney, and then we're going to do Thomas. So, gypsies, tramps, and thieves, right? You remember back in the day when tattoos was either a biker or a whore? Anybody remember that? Bikers and whores if you had tattoos, y'all. All right. I think that's so funny. What's up, Marilyn McRae? How you doing? I've heard somewhere she was not there. Who was not there? All right, let's play this. We'll get into it, and then we'll chat a bit. But, yeah, Thomas Carris is the guy that saw Stephan Sterns dumping Maddie's body. He saw a tire iron. He saw him standing outside of the car with a tire iron. And he didn't see anything else. He didn't see him doing anything, so he was suspicious of that in the middle of nowhere. All right? I got Rosie laughing. I got, what did I say? Sailors. No, it's sailors too. Sailors, hookers, and shares a spirit animal. Jennifer was not at Maddie's original or her public funeral. They did, in fact, and I corrected myself that Maddie had a private funeral that was paid for by, I think somebody said one of the funerals was donated, but Jen Soto was not at the main funeral or the vigil. So they did have a private thing. We can't let this die down until Maddie gets complete justice. Jen should be hiding, and she should not be hiding in comfort, allowing herself to sedate herself. I agree. What is she going to do when she needs to go into the doctors for those pills, y'all? All right. Thomas Carris, you're the man. Let's go. Let's start this.
Date is March 4th.
March 4th, 2024.
It's 3:09 p.m. We are at the Kissimmee Police Department in reference to case number 24001896. Person present are myself, Detective Morris, Detective Smallwood, and what's your first name?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, sir.
And last name?
Carris, Carris.
What's your phone number?
407.
And they took that out. We don't want phone numbers. I might have to go check back on that because it's a little too long there. It could be that long. With these files, you never know. There it is.
All right, before we start, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes, sir. So help me God.
All right, perfect. Put your hand down. All right, so we've talked a little bit on the phone that you called in information about a current investigation that the police are working. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you made that call, why did you call the police? Let me ask you that.
So I know I gave my information of what I saw that day to Crime Line.
Okay.
And they told me it was too vague.
Okay.
And so that's when I went out and took pictures of where I saw him.
How did you know that's what you were looking for.
I saw your guys' post
Okay.
that morning
Okay.
of the car and his face.
Okay.
Stephan
And
Sterns.
the car, where the spare tire was and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The spare tire was on the same exact side of that car and everything. It was a Lincoln that I passed on Hickory
Okay.
Tree. There's not much traffic that goes on in Hickory Tree, but there is more picking up
See,
right now.
Not much traffic.
So when I saw him on the side there, I kind of was like, whatever. That's a.
All right, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
Because it's like kind of like in a driveway, but it kind of sucks that you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
But I called that in the crime line, and they told me that I didn't have the license plate of his car because he was facing me, going towards Harmony.
Okay.
I was going away from Harmony, going towards St. Cloud on Hickory Tree.
Okay.
Old Hickory Tree. I'm sorry. So I called that in the crime line. They told me I didn't have his license plate number and I didn't have his address exactly of where he was. So it was too vague and thank you, but have a good day. And they got up on me. So that's when I took the pictures of where I saw him. When I came back, Osceola and St. Cloud were starting their search right off of Nolte and Old Hickory Tree near the mobile and the construction site. And there's an abandoned house on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled over and, there's traffic going, everyone's slowing down, but I flagged one of the sergeants over. He came over and I showed him the picture of where I saw him. And I showed him, I can show you the pictures too. It's the red shipping container because that's the best way I could explain it.
Yes.
So there's no mailbox, there's no address. So the red shipping container is where he was parked in front of that, that area. So he sent me down to the abandoned school that's on Old Hickory Tree. They do, I guess, their police training there for the past year. So he sent me into the second parking lot where I spoke to a investigator named Donna. I don't remember her last name, but I'm pretty sure it started with a C.
Sita?
That sounds about right. And I airdropped her the photos.
You always got 1 or 12 in the house. Hey, Veronica Villeneuve. All right, I wanted to stop anyway. We're listening to Thomas Carris. This is the guy that intervened in Maddie's case and made the tip to Crime Stoppers Crime Stoppers to the police department. And my dog's he's yelling again. He wants in. All right, real quick. Thomas Carris, and he's the one that helped find Maddie's body. All right, y'all. So this guy was going the opposite way. Stephan was going this way and he was going this way. He saw that dead stare that Stephan Sterns has. Okay. And he called Crime Stoppers. They said, hey, you don't have enough information, dude. So the guy goes back and takes a picture, maps it all out, calls him back and says, this is weird that he stopped here. There's nothing there. What's going on? All right. So my dog wants justice too, of course. And nothing wrong with him. He literally just wants me to open the door. He's outside of my office. So the beautiful Bernice, how's it going? Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Good to see some new people here that I haven't seen. Hello, Britt, Nicole, how you doing? K-Mac, I like the new background. Yeah, today we have the hero, Thomas Carris. So I'm going to hit play and then I'll go let my doggy in. He wants in the office.
And then an hour later, they were at that same exact spot saying this is where they found her.
Okay. All right. So you're from St. Cloud.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to assume, but are you familiar with the St. Cloud area?
Yes, sir.
Have you grown up there and
Yes,
stuff
sir.
like that?
Yes.
Okay. So Old Hickory Tree goes from, say, 192, where it passes
Back to 192.
Nolte, all the way back to 192.
Yes, sir.
192.
I just lived off the corner of Old Hickory Tree with my ex-fiance for the past 2 years now.
Okay.
So I lived a little bit past the fire station on that corner right there.
So you said you were coming from
Harmony.
St. Cloud, the Harmony side.
All right, Harmony side of St. Cloud. And the reason I'm stopping quickly is because, number one, I'm back for babies. Yeah, I want it in my office. Number two, 192. Jen's a gypsy caught on. Yes, you caught on 192. Now, had Thomas Carris, this guy that I say is a true hero in this case, had he not called in and then persisted, this 192 stood out to all of us before we even knew what road it was on, where it was. 192 over and over and over. Jen kept saying 192, but she didn't know where Maddie's body was. She didn't know it was at 192, but she was saying 192, 192. She also didn't know that Maddie was strangled. She also didn't know that Maddie was in the back of the trunk. But when an officer asks her, how do you suppose Stephan might have done that? Well, 192, back of the trunk, and strangulation. What is up with that? Yeah, Thomas is a G. I agree, Foxy Amazon. That's just Veronica and Jody. Yeah, nice. You caught alive. How you doing? Bless this guy. Yes. All right. Like he's a true what Grizzly says, see something, say something. He's the embodiment of that statement. All right. Come on.
Yeah, the Harmony side from Harmony coming back.
So it'd be going north.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eventually, be going north.
It goes south for a bit, but then moves back around to going north.
Okay. So when you come upon this guy changing his tire, okay, is as you're going north, is he on the left side of the road or right side of the road? Left side of the road. Okay. And you also mentioned there was a red shipping container. Was that shipping container close to the road, or
it's in my opinion, it's more in the middle of the field, on the left-hand side of which we was parked. So I came around the corner, and there's another little curve, and then there's a little straightaway that we were on. Okay, that's where I saw him. He was by his driver door at that time, and he had a hat like mine but backwards, but it was like a yellowish, greenish, brown color, like light yellow, light green, brown.
Do you remember what color shirt he was wearing?
Black.
Okay.
I want to say he had blue jeans on, but I don't have much description of the jeans or the like shoes, because when I got up to him, there was another car coming out on his side, coming towards us. He had a tire iron in his hand. There was no jack out that I could see. There was no other tire out that I could see. The spare tire was already on the car, and he had a tire iron out. And by then he, and as I'm passing him, he squats down at the back rear tire where the spare tire's on with the tire iron. And as he squats, he looks up and we make eye contact as I drive by him.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I knew it was him, because I had to slow down just because we're on a 2-lane road.
Okay.
Yes.
And I want to say the speed limit there is like 50, so I slowed down to about 40. When I passed him. So yeah, that.
All right, he was going, what did he say, 35, 40 when he passed him? I mean, this guy was literally passing Stephan, and he was facing the other way, but he was stopped and he was standing there with the tire iron. Now think about Stephan Sterns' his creepy eyes staring at you with a tire iron on the side of the road where nobody really stops. He wasn't changing his tire. He was just kind of standing there. Maybe he was, maybe Maddie was in the trunk and he hadn't taken her out yet. We don't know. Yeah, Eileen, this guy is all of our hero. So, we want to hashtag arrest Jen Soto. And Grassi, good to see you. I hope you're feeling okay. Sending love to all affected directly or indirectly by nature's horrible destruction in the USA. Yeah, and justice for Maddie. Okay, so this guy is truly our hero, and it's very interesting that he's trying to describe the color of the hat. Many people thought that hat was a do-rag, a beanie. Who knows? A weird hat. That hat is just out of shape, old, and smelly. And I do want to thank you, Cleveland. I do want to say that when you listen to us read the jail logs, Stephan Sterns did not take a shower, we know, for 21 days at one point. And then another time, we're going to see he refused a shower and food in many instances. So it's safe to say Stephan Sterns smelled really bad. And what's up, H Ghostify? How you doing? Michelle, arrest Jen Soto now. Absolutely. All right, we got a 420 membership coming soon. So interact with the channel, and you'll win a membership. Thank you.
The eye contact is what really did it for me. Not only the silver car with the spare tire exactly where it was, but the eye contact.
Okay. This is not the scale. So this is going to be Hickory Tree Road. So say the middle of the road, this is going to be going north the way you were traveling. Okay. There's little driveways that go each way, both into cattle fields or whatever. Okay.
Well, this side has bamboo. This is the side of bamboo where they found her.
Okay.
I took pictures facing towards this way because that's where I saw him.
So I'm going to draw your car here. That's going to show you driving north.
Okay.
Okay. So just draw a square where his car was parked. Okay. And the front of his car is going to be on this side or that side? Okay. Now, can you draw an X where you saw him standing? Okay.
Thank you.
And are you saying the spare tire was on this side or that's where you saw him?
He was there right next to the spare tire.
Okay. Was the
So
spare tire
already on the car?
Spare tire was already on the car.
On the car. There's no other tire here. There's no jack to put up or jack stands to put under the car. He was just standing there with the tire iron. Well,
Okay.
kneeled down. He kneeled down by that point of
Mhm.
me passing him and looks at me. Has a tire iron in his hand too. Okay.
Okay. Was his trunk open or closed?
Closed.
The tire
Closed. I didn't see anybody else in the vehicle either. So this kind of just left my mind until a few days later.
All right. Did you hear that? Death stare. I'm sure he was thinking about what's going on. We don't know if Maddie was still in the trunk by then or if he was like, oh shit, I got to get her across the road, did it, and then came back. There's a lot of people moving traffic going on that road. Overprotected 111. Did you see my message earlier? I dropped the link for you so you can see the people that are putting money on Stephan's books and get the pictures and all that. I did that yesterday on my channel. I don't know how you missed that, but we love you, Overprotected. And yeah, just go take a look at that link and you can see those people, Tracy and Adam Posh, that are giving Stephan Sterns money. I don't know if they're giving money. I said that wrong. They paid the credit for him. They paid a $59 fee for him to get a public defender. So I saw you, Overprotected, looking for that. A lot of people don't want to pay for those things that are public, and I don't blame you. All right. And good to see Witch. All right. What? No stinking way. What's that about? I don't know where you guys are. Good to see you, Carrie. Carrie, I'm glad that you're safe still. Carrie's one of the people in Florida that may be affected. Hopefully not. And Crystal Burns, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. And thank you guys all for the super chat, super stickers, and memberships this live. I can't wait to get into this week. It's further. Rachel Townsend, you missed that? I did an hour-and-a-half stream yesterday on Adam and Tracy Posh that paid for his public defender fees. No, you guys got to go back. Simply Nikki, how are you doing? I just spoke with you a bit ago. Yeah, smash that like button. But yeah, go check out my channel. Go check out my live from yesterday, y'all. You won't want to miss that one. No, you're not. No, you're not, Erica. You're not kidding. But thank you. All right, back to the show.
Later, until I saw, the picture of him, and then you guys, I have the time from when I texted a client too, because he was on Alligator Lake. That's why I was heading this way.
Okay.
I just left Harmony to go to Alligator Lake because it was at 1:20 when I texted him that I am 20 minutes away. I'm leaving, not that I'm leaving Harmony, but I am 20 minutes away.
Okay.
So when I saw the time frame of what you guys gave from 1:10 to 1:35, I'm like, this was definitely him.
Okay. What time? So if you actually, real quick, before we get rid of this, can you just initial up here for me? And the date, which would be the 4th.
Today's
3. Yeah. So, all right. So you're saying you're leaving the Harmony area to go to a client's house on Alligator Lake, which is north of where this is.
Yes, sir.
You saw him. Okay. So
as he says, so I see you guys are still wanting to discuss it a little bit, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with discussing why they paid the fees. Now, after I got off of my live yesterday, I spoke with somebody, and Cleveland, you're going to have to turn up your speakers or refresh, because I think everybody else can hear me, right? I never muted myself. My volume is loud, and so are the people. So I'll put it up. Chat's acting funky. All right. So I talked to somebody for an hour and a half yesterday after I got off the live. And one thing that would make sense about those people, remember, Stephan Sterns is selling his little toys, and he asked his parents to find people that would buy his toys and sell off his goods in his room. Remember all the stuff that he had, all the collections, all the things he painted, all the Tamagotchis. He asked them to sell those things, and I could imagine that possibly when he sold things, they said, "Hey, just put that on the fees." I imagine the mom and dad would do something like that. So it could be either selling his toys, Tamagotchis. It could be related to sex crime stuff, or it could be just people that don't want him to get the death penalty. We're not sure yet. We're trying to figure that out. And I'll make sure I turn the volume up when we I don't know. I think everybody has volume, and when I play Thomas Carris's interview, he talks low and I have it full blast. So that's the best I could do, y'all. Sorry.
So, what time do you think you passed when he was changing his tire?
So when I texted the client that I'm 20 minutes away.
Like, where were you when you texted this client?
I was in Harmony.
Okay.
And I was about to turn onto 192, or not about to turn onto 192, but I was coming the wrong way through Harmony.
192.
And I was like, okay, I meant to stop at the gas station, so I went back through Harmony, stopped at the Sunoco there, and when I left the Sunoco is when I saw him. Okay. That Monday. So the Sunoco is right there in front of Harmony High School.
Okay.
So I can go back and kind of try to see what time I was at the Sunoco.
No, we'll worry about that.
Okay.
Did you get gas there, or just go inside to get something?
I want to say I got a hot dog and like a beer for later.
Okay. But you went inside to get that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember what you were wearing? I mean, I can pick you out from it.
I want to say I was wearing a bright green shirt with this cap.
All right. So you left that Sunoco, went down to Hickory Tree. That's when you got on Hickory Tree to go north, or to go to your next client.
Yes, sir. I turned at the light, got on 192, then hopped on the Hickory Tree going back.
Okay. So when you come out of Sunoco, to get to Hickory Tree, turn right or left?
You turn left.
Okay. Then how do you turn on the Hickory Tree from there?
You have to turn into the turning lane, and then you have to cross back over 192, like they're going.
So you're making another left.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So when you pass this guy, you come down to the set of officers. You see officers hanging out there as you're.
No, there's no officers there.
When did you find this search? Oh, so Wednesday is the one when you saw.
Wednesday morning. No, it had been when you guys were doing your search on Friday, because I had my son with me. I get my son on the weekends, so I had my son with me, and I want to say Friday morning is when I saw the post about the car.
Yes.
And the picture of him, and that's when my heart sunk and I realized who it was. So when I called Crime Line, they hung up on me, told me too vague. Put my son inside the car seat, and then my friend lives right over on the corner from me. So I picked him up to come with me to go take pictures. And so I would say Friday. I have timestamps on my phone, says 3:45, 3:46.
Okay.
And then when I came back through is when I gave the photos.
Thank you.
Okay. So when you talked to Donna, obviously you provided a statement to her as well. I think she said she talked to you for a little.
And I don't think he thought, or anybody thought about mapping it on his phone. He wasn't there anymore to the person before this. He wasn't with his phone with coordinates. He had called in the crime line or Crime Stoppers, whatever he called that. And just to clear that up, still it was a $50 fee that those people paid, Adam and Tracy Posh. It was a $50 fine that needed to be paid. So the $50 was a fine he owed for courts. It wasn't for the public defender. It was a fine. And those people nonetheless paid his fine. What for? I don't know. We'll find out. Nope, not today. I'm late, but I'm alive for this old woman. All right. So today we're listening to Thomas Carris, and then I'll do the Britney interview, which is only like 6 minutes long, and we'll find out who that is. Mud Mom, Jay and Grizzly are my favorite for real info. No BS. # arrest Jen Soto. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Lori, I'm glad that I could explain those things to you. But Thomas Carris is a hero, and that's why I have the flag behind me today.
She did talk to me, but I didn't write anything down for them.
Okay, that's fine.
The most she got was my first, last name, and my phone number.
Okay. But you airdropped the pictures of this area where you saw this guy.
Yes, I still have 3 photos. The 3 photos on my phone.
Is there any way that you
I got
can email
it.
me those photos?
Yeah.
You live by Deer Run?
Not anymore. I live off of Narcoossee now.
Yes.
Is that the fire station you were referring to?
Yes. So when they were asking me questions about where exactly this is at, they're like, is it before Deer Run? Is it before Nolte? And I'm like, way after.
And you knew that because you're familiar with that area.
Yeah. I grew up in this area, and I've been going back and forth now. I've been doing work in Harmony for the past 3 to 4 years, mowing grass. I'm sorry, what's your email?
It's Mark, MARK, .Morris, MORRIS, at Kissimmee.gov.
How you spell Kissimmee?
KISSIMMEE.
Okay. Kissimmee.gov.
Gov, yeah. And I'm pretty sure Donna told me she already had the pictures and she was going to do what they do with them, but just so I have a record of them as well.
I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Thomas, when you were driving by him, I know you said you slowed down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
It didn't come to a complete stop?
No, sir.
Oh, so that explains it a little more to the people that are asking, what the heck? Why didn't he just, use his phone coordinates? Why did he have to do all that? Why didn't it work? Thomas Carris thinks that if he had stopped, he would have found Madeline Soto in the trunk, and that's a good possibility. Like I said, I don't know if Stephan Sterns had already taken Maddie's body out of the trunk and took it across the street and put it in the where he put it was. I call them bushes, but I'm not sure exactly what those are called. And then Bree, I did get your email, and it basically has the files for yesterday for Adam and Tracy, but now we want to find out why they did that. So we know they paid a fine, but why? Were they selling toys? Were they selling pictures, or what were they selling? So thank you. You were determined to find out about the $50 fee. I call around and find out. I kept my word. Well, thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. And hopefully this it goes further and we can find out why, what was the deal with these people. Savage Barbie, what's up? All right, so this guy is a hero. Trial needs to come faster, meow, but I don't think trial's coming anytime soon. I do not think it's coming anytime soon. They're trying to take both of those cases and combine them together so they're not 2 trials. The October date's going to go out the window pretty soon. Bamboo. Yes, bamboo trees. Thank you. Nope, not today. It's hard to remember every little detail of everything. Bamboo trees. All right. Let's get going. Back to it.
There was no sense to. I did have the thought in my head about asking him if he needed help changing his tire, but there was no other spare tire. There was no jack. He just had the tire iron, and plus the new tire was on the car. So I'm like, man's got it.
Exactly.
And
how would you describe the way he looked? Did he look flustered, normal?
More, it had this scared face to him. Like it was just, and like the eyes just more like a sadness to his eyes, So like I said, nothing about it made it seem off to me, just passing him, he seemed like somebody that just broke down, So, but then after later remembering everything, I'm like, no, he didn't even have spare tire, no jack, no car stand, like little car stands to be able to put the car down, anything like that. So that got me too. So now it kind of just replays that she might have been in that trunk as I pass. And it also replays that she was right behind me when I'm taking the photos of the storage container, saying he was parked right here.
No.
I did just email the.
Okay, perfect.
Was he only by the car when you saw him?
Yeah, he was only by the car. They're saying address not found.
Oh, you
Yeah,
put 3
he
M's.
needs an award.
Oh no. My bad.
What'd you ask?
if he was only by the car?
Yes, sir. I only saw him by the car. There was another vehicle approaching us.
Thank you.
On his side going towards Harmony. And I believe that was a black, newer Expedition. But I'm not too sure between the Expeditions and the Explorers, or the Explorers actually is what you guys drive. So it was an Expedition because it was like a 4-door bigger box truck, you know.
Okay.
I know you said the trunk was closed. Were any of the other doors open?
No, I only saw him open his, well, not open it, but I saw him close his driver door. So I don't know if he exactly just got there whenever I made that turn or not, but I saw him close his driver door when I was approaching him, and he was walking towards the back of the car. And by the time I got to him, he was kneeling and looking at me when I was driving by him.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you already said it, but I'll ask again.
You know, I got to stop this for a second. Michelle says, did you mean to say meander? You know, ever since Stephan Sterns, ever since I heard that meander word, I've heard it more and more. And not just from this community. My boss has been saying that word meander, and I've never heard him say that damn word before. But now when I think of meandering, I feel like a sloth. You know, when you see a sloth just with the just coming across, just meandering. Oh, I can't stand that. So that word meandering, I don't know if Synth meant to say that if she was kidding, but she said, oops, meander, forgive me. Yes, I'm not the only one. That's why I love you guys in the crime crew. I hear it everywhere now. And I've never really heard that word before. Let me just walk around like a sloth with the big claws and meander around. You just heard it today too. Yeah, it's the weirdest word. Thank you. Oh man, what's up, Stormcat? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. He used the weirdest words. Jen kind of described it the best and said that he tried to be the smartest person in the room. Every time you'd say something, he'd be like, "Well, actually," and then he'd throw in a big word that he thought was big. Let's ban the word meandering. Makes me cringe too. Yeah, I can't just unsee that slothing around. That's it, Missy. I thought that too. He talks like he spent too much time with his parents. Exactly. Meandering is a normal word, believe it or not. Meander means just kind of, if someone has the real definition of meander, it's just kind of, like a sloth, just chilling around, taking your time. Ugh. I love you guys. It's an old time word. Someone says meandering equals crawling around, total creep. Yeah, just imagine a sloth with those big claws. All right, after this, we got an interview, which is not that long, but it's pretty cool. Britney works at the mini mart, and she's going to recall seeing Stephan Sterns on Monday the 26th. So it's good that we have a few more interviews. Carrie wants me to do the sloth one more time. It's just like, oh, I can't even do it anymore. Now you threw me off. All right. In my opinion, what's up from Arizona? Good to see you. Your husband is a cute, slow, sexy sloth. Yeah, sloths are cute, but Stephan Sterns is not cute. And meandering, now every time I hear that word, yeah, sloths are ugly. There are cute ones, however. They are. All right, let's keep going. Thomas Carris, our hero. Hence my background, the American flag. He should be the hero of the year. Finding Maddie's body. He didn't find her body. He helped the officers to do so. I'm just going to meander around here.
No, sir. I didn't see anybody inside the vehicle. I didn't really get a good look in the windows, but I did not see anybody else like their head or anything like that inside the window.
So nobody outside with him either?
No, none of that either.
Did you see anybody walking on either side, coming north or south from where he was?
I'm sorry. No. From north or south, there was nobody walking. I didn't see anybody with him. He was just by himself. He really looked like somebody that was kind of changing his tire, but kind of just finished up. But again, kind of also looks like he just got there because that front door.
And sometimes I know I forget to say it, and you don't have to, but if anybody does have the means or can donate to the channel, please help us out. I'm able to spend my time. I'm getting a new website. I'm starting to put up Patreon stuff. And the last one that sent super chat was overprotected. So anybody that wants to ride on that train, anything that you want to, I appreciate it. Again, we're going to get a new website up, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome. We just got some new watermark / logos that Mr. Ghost in chat here did, but we're also going to put out new gear, a new website. I got to get Patreon going, so we got a lot to do. Yeah, it's a fan funded channel, and I have had a job. I have a job for 17 years. The hours are cut this year because the economy. It's a mechanical engineering company that I'm the managing director / COO. It's been a slow year, so everything helps me to keep doing the show. Minnesota Girl, I thank you so much for the 1999 super sticker. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Yeah, ride the train. Thank you, Minnesota Girl. And Melly dropped one earlier. Millie Isaac, thank you so much for the $20 generous super sticker. Thank you so much. And I just dropped your comment right before you came on. I don't know if you heard me talking about possibly the toys that they were selling, the Tamagotchis or the little painted toys of Stephan Sterns. Thank you. Every time I talk to you, I get more useful information. Yeah, Jay has 10 jobs. Yeah, a mom, a wife, a COO, the tattoos, YouTube. Yeah, I got a lot going on, but I appreciate you guys for riding the train with us. Definition of meandering. This is why I love you. To meander means to wander aimlessly on a winding roundabout course. Oh no, you're gonna make me do that. 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Crystal Burns. I appreciate that. And it's all very generous. Y Bell, 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate you. H Ghostify, I'm glad you like them, but definitely didn't have to give me credit. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you credit because I'm gonna be using those. I took out the background and lowered the opacity for the watermarks and then took out the background. I do want to throw those on a shirt or two that says hashtag I took my meds. All right. Hi, Jay. The words that are hitting me in the face lately are routine and morning person. Cinder. They've been hitting me for a long time. The wears is different hat. Jay wears is different. Yes, I have many different hats. So I go in one room and I take that hat off, and then I go in another room, take that hat off, doing this, doing that. But it's all good because you guys are here with me. Queen of Clean. Hello. I have lots of tattoos. There you go. All right. Gemini, thank you. And I appreciate you guys so much for supporting my channel. All the mods, all you peeps. All right, let's go. Wander aimlessly with caution, with no urgent destination. Thank you. And Fem Dandy, thank you for wandering aimlessly without urgent destination with us for 2 months. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna get somebody else to come in here and show you these pictures. So give us a minute. I'll be right back. Okay.
Jody.
Last question: did he appear?
Thank you. Thank you, Jody.
His clothes. What state would you say? Normal, dirty, clean? Remember anything specific about that?
He was wearing a black shirt. So with the black shirt that he was wearing inside his mugshot was like the closest I could say that I like looked at the material. So I don't know if he even changed his clothes like when it came to that mugshot and that, or if he just rewore a short if he has multiple of the shirts. So he didn't look dirty. He didn't look like he just walked through anything. He didn't have any stickers all over him. I didn't see any of that.
Could you tell if he was sweaty or anything like that?
No, he kind of looked like he just got out of his car,
Smelled.
Where I couldn't say that because, I don't know if he has AC in his car, but, he didn't have a jacket on. He had these jeans, so. Yeah, I'm sorry for just trailing.
That's okay. So you only saw the spare tire that's on his car. You didn't see an additional, the original tire that would be on it.
There was no original tire that would be on it, and there was no car jack, no car stand or anything like that. Just what he was using to change the tire was the iron. It was like a 4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, but
So Maddie's body may in fact have still been in that trunk. It's like he just got the tire and iron out, and he's like, "Oh shit, I do have to change the tire, but damn, now I gotta what?" Could you imagine if somebody rolled up to him and found Maddie's body? Oh God, man. Thank you, Thomas Carris. I hope we can thank Thomas Carris. I don't know how we thank him, but I'd love to thank Thomas. Lynette, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Somebody match me, she says. Yeah, anything is appreciated. That's very generous. Thank you. 99 cents with 358 people is a lot of money. All right, let's go. It's a sushi dinner for the fam. But wasn't his trunk full of crap? Well, it also had Maddie in it at some point, so that's interesting. And if you start thinking about the different cars, you think, well, what car did he have? Which car was he driving that day? I think everything had everything in it, but Maddie was in the back of that trunk. All right. Jody says, if I ever go over to the USA, the only reason I would confront my fear of flying is to come out and chill with you, Jay. Well, thank you, Jody. That's a compliment. I appreciate that. Queen of clean. There's so much, but you'll get into it. Yeah, you'll definitely get into it. And Patty Ward, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Can you picture Stephan doing anything else but meandering? He had no job, never had to use the word rushed. God, that was a beautiful statement, Patty. That was beautifully worded. I agree. It's hard for me not to want to stop. Ash Cash. I still don't understand why it happened during the daylight. Oh, it happened in the daylight, Ash, because he got a flat tire. I don't think he planned that. I think late night into the morning, Stephan took Maddie's life. And guess what? When kids go to school, you gotta get them to school. If you don't get them to school and you take their lives, then, well, you better do something with their body. And when you're on the way to dump a body and you get a flat tire, that's why it was daytime. All right. Hey, Anna, just subbed and liked. Been watching a lot of you. Thanks for bringing this story. I'm so angry with these two losers. And thank you. We are too. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. And thank you for joining our community. Please don't forget to hit the notifications button and subscribe if you haven't. We're an awesome community here, and everybody's just chill with each other. We're all a little family. And sometimes it's a big family because there are more people. So thank you. All right. What comment did you make? I know it's gross. I can't even imagine. Well, yeah, it's all right. Whatever you made. He's a nasty, smelly. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. All right. And Petty Mason is going to join me in reading the document. Petty's an amazing reader and person. All the mods are great.
Give us 1 second.
Then I got high. Now that song's in my head. Thanks, whoever said that. I was going to clean the bathroom, but then I got high. What's going on here? Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Miando. Hey. What's up? I missed you. Malibu surfs up. We're waiting on the officers. The spare was already on the vehicle. Maddie couldn't have still been in the trunk. Or the monster. Maybe.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Actually, you might be thinking of that backwards because either way, it could have been, but you might be thinking that wrong. If the spare tire wasn't underneath something and it was just thrown in the trunk, like we saw a picture, I think maybe the rim or whatever, the spare, whatever he had left that they found shredded. I think if he took that out, he'd have room for Maddie's body. So I don't know. We really are just speculating here and we have no real idea. Stephan Skank. Yeah, by the way, it's Stephan, y'all. Some people still call him Steven. I don't even know how that's possible. I've said Stephan Sterns so many times that I have nightmares about Stephan Sterns. When I wake up, it's like I'm saying Stephan Sterns. Natasha Graham. Well, we think we know how he got cash or gas, right? We think he was still in those pictures. And we also know, and thank you, JPL. We also know that it was just, yeah, we know he got money from Jen as well. Hey, girl, I'm on the late train. I went to the beginning. I wouldn't miss a thing. Thank you, JPL. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, let's keep going. Potato lawyer hiding her dumbass. Yeah, All right, Carrie, you should come back. Depeche Mode monsters. All right, let's keep going, and then we'll listen to Britney. Britney, bitch. Oh man, thanks.
All right, so
Thank you.
I'm going to do a photo lineup, okay? I have some instructions
Appreciate it.
to read to you, okay? All right. So you're going to be asked to view a group of photos of individuals, okay? It is just as important to clear, if you want to read it as well, clear innocent persons from suspicion as to identify guilty parties. The person of interest may or may not be in this photo lineup, and the photos are not in any particular order. Okay. I do not know whether the person being investigated is included in the group. Individuals presented in the photo group may not appear exactly as they did on the day of the incident because features such as head and facial hair are subject to change. You should not feel like you have to make an identification. If you do identify someone, I will have you designate the photograph of the person you have identified. Regardless of whether you make the identification, we will continue to investigate the incident. The photos will be shown to you simultaneously and are not in any particular order. Take as much time as you need to examine the photos. Since this is an ongoing investigation, you should not discuss the identification procedures or results. Okay? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to have you initial right here. Okay.
Thank you, Carol. Maddie is loved.
Thank you. And so I'm going to leave this pen with you. You can circle the page. Okay. I'm going to go out there. So you can take as much time as you need. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can knock on the door and let me know that you're ready. Okay.
Now, I believe the cops, police officers, law enforcement did a fantastic job. However, there were so many questions that they had a freebie pass when they asked Jen Soto many things, and when she answered unintelligently, how about we say that? And the officers didn't follow up with the question to ask that question, and now they're not, or to answer the question. Now they're not going to be able to get a chance because she has a lawyer, and I don't think she'll be talking anymore. Hashtag zonked out, guilty of crime. Thank you, Ashley. I love you guys. Jojo, I love you. Thank you so much. You're my girl. 5 guilty of crime memberships. If you don't have a membership, you might get one right now. Yeah, she's been out on the streets, Veronica, but she's laying low. She's definitely laying low. What's up, Lori? How you doing? How you doing? I think he propped her up against the car door, doing some. Yeah, there's a good possibility. You're answering why the dogs hit on the trunk. Yeah, good possibility. I do think he went back and did some necro to her, some necro stuff. I've always thought that, but I'm also into the mind of a serial killer at all times because I'm always freaking studying serial killers, and I just pay really close attention to the cases. I started off on this channel trying to cover serial killers, and look at where I ended up. So on this YouTube platform, it's really hard to talk about serial killers and what they do because it's so, we got to minimize things. So that being said, I do think that many people, many of those serial killers, pedos would do that they would be a necrophiliac as well. So that just doesn't, most people would say, no, who does that? I'll tell you who does that. Many people that are repeat offenders, especially pedos.
Thank you.
Come on. He did. Yay. Thank you. Yes, right there. Like, I've seen it too many times.
All right, so the photo lineup I was shown consisted of how many photos?
6.
Okay, go ahead and write that. Were you able to identify them?
The one person, yeah, I don't know who the other
Okay.
people were.
Okay, so just check mark there.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Check.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what number was it?
You're right.
Okay. And this is the person who did what? Or that you saw what?
Am I able to go over to or no?
Yeah, that's okay. Just put it on the side. Sorry.
Good night, Jean Marie.
Okay.
What day was last Monday?
All right, it's over, Synth.
26.
I'll take your.
Okay. And then your signature right here.
Short, and sweet.
Awesome. And then the date.
Today's the 4th.
You are correct. Okay. Thank you so much. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thank
Carrie.
you.
All right. Just wait here, and I'm sure.
All right, so none of this was in real time, Veronica. He's given his statement, but this was not in real time at all. He had to call in the tip line, then go back. That's how they found it. But I don't think that anyone talked to him in real time and was like, hey, he didn't know where Maddie's body was either. He only knew that Stephan was changing a tire and it looked and felt suspicious because they saw has anyone seen this ugly car and this ugly man? Call us. Gracie, I'm watching Jeffrey Dahmer case on Paramount first time because when it came out, I couldn't speak or understand English in Australia. So now I know the documentary is gut-wrenching. Yes, it is. Hashtag serial killers. Thunder Maiden, been a member for 6 months. Good to see you here. Good God, that's almost as long as I've had my channel monetized. Thank you. And Michelle, hashtag arrest Jen Soto now. Yeah, thank you, Thunder Maiden. Appreciate that. Now we're going to listen to Britney, right? Can you tell me the spreadsheet? Yes, the spreadsheet's working for me, Synth. And it says here, I'm going to put Britney on up. She works for a mini mart. Recalled to Detective Seton Stephan on Monday. She recalls that he stood by the hot food case. It was crazy that morning. They were down one cashier. So he comes in just to get gas. Okay, we got the gist. Let me this is what, no rush. So anytime between 7 and 10 a.m. All right, Synth, I got you. Thank you. Britney, and she's a mini mart person. You know who I want to hear really badly? And Synth, I don't know. Millie. I was talking to Millie. All right. I was talking to Millie and Synth. I'm wondering if do we have audio or is there any audio out there for the guy that worked at the front gate? All right, think about that. Yeah, that dude is a freaking dirty ass hoopty, and so was his skank meandering. All right, we want to know if that guy at the front of the Venetian that was going in it where you go in and out at the front, do they have an interview for him? All right, let's Veronica says, I meant to say she was in the interview and they told her that why did she ask for a lawyer? Oh, because she clearly said that she didn't realize he had done it yet. I think she's lying, but that's what she said. She said she just didn't think that he had done it. She thought they had the wrong person. Before they told her, that's what she said. Oh, they're on to the wrong person and we didn't want him to, get in trouble. Crew. Yeah, does anyone know? Any of y'all know about that? We'll have to talk to you guys after. All right. You're still listening, Ada? All right. Let's go. We're going to do Britney. She's a mini mart clerk person, and, well, you're going to hear it. Hopefully. Actually, let me put it on that screen. Let's listen to that together. You guys are fantastic. I almost feel like we have time for those logs, but I don't know. I don't know if we do. Hold on. Put it on. Let's go.
All right. So time is 10:04. Today's Today is March 4th, 2024. I'm Detective Fernandez, Kissimmee Police Department. I'm here with
Britney to Stephan.
All right. Before we start, I'm going to advise you, I'm required to advise you that under Florida State Statute 11710, I am a notary public of the state of Florida, and as such, I am empowered to place persons under oath for the taking of statements and other official records. At this time, will you raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm the statement that you are about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge, so help you God? Okay. All right. So, what exactly happened?
So our mornings are very crazy here. It's typically my one sales associate and myself. I had gone along to register 2, which is the register closest to where our hot food case is, and I was just assisting in.
This audio sucks, but guess what? I'm going to play. Thank you, Carrie, for being a member for 4 months. Love and light to you. I'm going to play Frank after. We haven't played that yet. Frank met Stephan Sterns 3 years ago because of the Warhammer game and describes his relationship with him. He talks about Stephan Sterns' drug use, Warhammer, expansive. Stephan Sterns had 3 full armies that were $3,000 to $4,000. So here you go. Here's some of the money. They met him at a shop. Stephan Sterns also mentioned Discord and Reddit to this Frank Peralta. So we do have time for that today. We've only been here for an hour, and you know how I am. Jay from Guilty of Crime is guilty of being on here for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we can listen to that after. Let's try to get through this one. It's only like 6 minutes, but y'all, it sucks so far. Yeah, cross your fingers. Ghostify, we're going to be gifting memberships all the time, as we always do. Adam Drives Helen. Love you, Uncle Chai. You're my day one true crime streamer, and I appreciate you. You know, day ones, I got a lot of day ones here, and I do appreciate that. Thank you, Adam. I love you. All right. We all love you, but you know I do. All right, let's listen to this. The gate guard interview is on Grizzly. Well, guess what? Savage Barbie, will you send me a link to that? Because we did a FOIA request and we got lots of information. I just don't know what the gate guard's name is. So if we could try to find that, Carly or Bree, whoever's got the FOIA stuff, let me know. And Savage, if you can send me a link, that'd be great. All right, let's keep going. Let's listen to this, get through it, and then listen to Frank talk about for Stephan's drug usage, etc. Oh, we do have that. Okay. Yes, Carly. If you tell me what the name is, I'll be able to figure it out a little easier.
Our customers trying to get them out for the morning. And I remember a gentleman came to register 2. I cashed him out. I believe it was for gas. I really do. I really want to say it was for gas. I don't think I rang up any physical items. But I remember he didn't speak.
Why did it play?
He was very quiet when I said good morning. When I asked him if he had any rewards, he did not answer, to which I ended up putting rewards in. And it was very quick. It was a quick transaction. I remember, like I said, he was just very quiet. He was just very closed off. It wasn't until several days later that the face clicked, and it was like I had him in front of me. I remember.
All right, so we're just gonna say Britney was at the mini mart. The face clicked, and she realized it was Stephan, but she didn't really get much information out. They're kind of going around and doing detective work like they should do. Best place is Guilty of Crime by j@gmail.com. I think we have it, but if you want to send it, that's cool. I don't know what the person's name is. Patty Ward is a new member. A good choice. All right, so this Britney chick didn't have much to say, and the audio kind of sucks. So I'm going to go on to Frank, and I'll mark this off. I don't know if you guys even want to hear this anymore. It sounds pretty bad. Nothing else. She remembers him wearing a plain white t-shirt, which he always wore, those damn dingy shirts, and his black and white beard standing out. Nothing else. Thank you. So we're going to go. Shay, they have the gate attendant. Great. I can't wait. We have it too then. I just got that confirmed. Let's listen to Frank. This is going to be a good one. Let's get this off. And I got to love these days when we're listening to audio. And you guys know, you guys, ladies, people know that I'll do live streams because I don't really have time to do edits and all that kind of stuff, and it's a struggle. So I do everything live, and you can't really play something and then put something on. So I'm the character on the screen. So thank you guys for having the attention span to sit there and listen and watch me make funny faces at you all. All right, Frank Peralta. Let's hit play real quick.
Appreciate you the time you're giving us to talk to us.
Yeah, no worries.
Date is March 6, 2024. Time is 9:06 a.m. You're at
9:06 a.m. and he's done.
myself, Detective Morris, Detective Smallwood, and Frank. Spell your last name for me.
Peralta.
And what's your birthday?
June 16th, 1990.
Okay. And I have your phone number.
Thank you. Redaction.
All right. So I'm sure you're aware of the reason why we're here. We're doing an investigation of the death of a young lady named Madeline Soto.
Oh yeah, I found out real late in the game. So I only found out like 4 days ago.
Gotcha.
I was just sitting in the back smoking a cigarette, going through Google News, and then all of a sudden that popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit! I would have never expected a day in my life to do something like that.
Right.
I have heard other people come out talk on these interviews on YouTube. What they say, how they know Stephan, was completely different. How I knew Stephan. So,
how did you know Stephan?
I met him like 3 years ago. I got into a game called Warhammer.
Okay.
And it was just like you painted models and like things like that. You played them on the table.
Right.
And I got along with him right away. And I was like, okay. And he smoked a little weed, so I was like, okay, someone can smoke a little weed with and hang out with and play some of this game with and bullshit with. So and he didn't seem like weird. He never gave me those vibes at all. Mm-hmm. But like things recently, things he said like clicked in my brain, like they weren't together, so I don't understand why they're saying they're boyfriend girlfriend. They weren't in a relationship. He moved back here because they had broken up.
When did he move back here?
He moved back here like 4 months ago. He wasn't living there, so he went there to visit for something. Like even before they were together, he would go there periodically. This has to be. He moved there 2 years ago, so that would be 2022. So 2021. He would go there like once a month, twice a month. He would go up there and go visit Jenny.
When's the last time you saw him down here?
I actually hung out with him. When did this happen? What date? Like
the beginning of last week.
So I guess maybe a weekend or two before. He came out with us. I introduced him to two friends. We went to Dean's downtown to Pennsylvania, hung out. Everything was cool. Even my two friends liked him. So that was the last time I seen him. And then I was wondering why I haven't heard from him because usually he.
All right, I confused y'all. So I was talking about I want to play. I didn't know that we had the gatekeeper, his interview. Right now we're listening to a friend of Stephan Sterns, and his name's Frank. He met Stephan Sterns 3 years ago because of that stupid Warhammer game, all those little paint things he painted. He's going to describe his relationship with Stephan. He also just said he doesn't know why Stephan was even over there or why they were all sleeping together when Stephan Sterns and Jennifer Soto were broken up, y'all. He even knew that and said that. He talks about Stephan Sterns' drug usage of prescriptions. He also talks about the Warhammer game and how those full armies were $3,000 to $4,000. He met Stephan Sterns at the shop. I'm assuming the shop that he met Stephan Sterns is that game shop. And then Stephan Sterns mentions to him the Reddit and the Discord. Now, I don't know if he was mentioning that to him so he can lean into, hey, do you want to buy some pics from my, whatever. But we'll see. Let's listen to that. Yeah, Warhammer is very expensive. That says expansive. I'm not sure if you meant expansive, but I think you meant expensive. Stephan had real life friends? Well, I think so. Let's listen to this guy. Hi, buddy.
You come here. We're hanging out.
Did he
all the-
talk about Jen or?
Yeah, he talked about Jen decently. Yeah. But he talked about that. He was talking about that girl more recently, like towards this happening. So it was like he was more upset that because they created such a strong bond. Now I know what that strong bond meant.
So he would talk more about Jen's daughter. Matt, what would he say about her?
Nothing. Just like he felt bad for her and they still had contact in between of them, like he's not living there anymore.
Gotcha.
And supposedly when he lived there 2 years ago, because I kept contact with Stephan, he had visited one time. They were broken up within like the first 6 months of him living there. So he was living at the house with them when they were not in a relationship. So,
did he say why he would go back and visit?
He'd go back to visit Jen and the daughter.
The daughter.
How would he refer to Jen's daughter? By name, just by
my girlfriend's daughter, Madeline, stepdaughter, sometimes things like that.
And how did he describe his relationship with her?
It was a strong bond. They had a strong bond.
Okay. How did he describe his relationship with Jen?
Didn't really describe the relationship they ever had. Okay. Honestly, they were just a couple.
Gotcha. Where was he living when he was down here?
Parents.
Yes, he
I've
did.
only been there one time. You weren't really allowed there.
Why not?
Nobody was allowed at the parents' house. So let me tell you what. He kept his room filthy at his parents', but his parents didn't want people over there. They already locked him out at certain times, realized he was stealing and just a piece of shit. Now, he did talk more about Maddie on any platform than anything else. Maddie, pictures, Maddie, there's Maddie. He's looking at Maddie, watching Maddie, playing with Maddie. It's all about Maddie. Justice for Maddie. A crime to remember, 4 months and 20 days. I love you, crime to remember. It's always good to see you. Yeah, stepdaughter. And this guy even emphasizes how he talked about Maddie quite a bit. So, I mean, all the pictures talk about that. I gotta say that this is nice to hear Stephan Sterns' friend. I don't think I've had any interviews with Stephan Sterns, anything except for Jen Soto. So hearing this is really enlightening. Stephan Sterns acts like a stoned preteen. Why are you picking the paint off the cell walls? Because I'm bored. Then I got hot. All right, let's go. Come on.
I don't know. His mom bred poodles, so the house is packed with dogs.
Right.
And I went there, been there one time, and his room was a disaster. Like it was like unkept. I mean, I was like, whoa.
Is that the type of person he is? Is he kind of like a messy person, or?
He didn't seem like that to me because I mean, all those Warhammer things, that was like complete organization. So for the room to be like that was like a throw off. Like, well, why is it like there's soda cans and candy everywhere? And it's like, I mean, I know he took Adderall, so I mean, he was up all times of the hours. He wouldn't wake up every day.
Adderall.
4:30, 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30 every single day, which is always weird to me because dude's almost 40, doesn't work. But has money to buy all these expensive Warhammer things.
Do you know where he gets his money from?
That I don't know. I always wondered where the heck he get. I mean, I thought he was maybe good at saving money, but like, I mean, how could someone save that much money that they have enough money for 3 years? You know, so.
Now you mentioned he was taking Adderall. Was it typical from the time during the time that you've known him to be up all night?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. When he came back, he lost a lot of weight. So
any idea what other medicine he was taking?
Ativan, and I recently added Ernesto, and I don't know because I read a couple documents on there. And I don't know if the category F needs to go with unconscious or anything, but in recent days he talked about how strong that sleeping medicine was and how safe it was. So,
and who does he take that medication, or is he saying?
I don't know if he takes his sleeping medicine. That I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that I don't know. I've never even seen. I know he takes the Adderall. I've never seen him take the Ativan either. I know he takes the Adderall. I've seen him take that.
Got it. Did when he lived down here, when they were split up, did he have a girlfriend or anything like that down here? Was he dating anybody, seeing anybody, or
no?
We'll catch him again.
So what is this Warhammer? We've heard this a couple different times. I understand it's some type of game.
Yeah, it's a game.
And everyone keeps saying it's expensive.
It's real expensive.
It's
It's
what is it?
expensive. I got out of it because of how expensive it is.
Okay, explain to us what expensive is.
I mean, dude, it cost me a couple $1,000s within. I mean, like
There you
6
go.
months. It cost me at least $2,000 with the play that thing. So he had 3 whole armies. So I mean, you're talking. You only need 2,000 points to play one game, so 2,000 points equals how much what the character is. So the character could be 3 points, 5 points, things like that, 10 points, 30 points, 50 points. He had 2 full armies that were 4,000 points plus.
Okay.
So just those alone, paints, characters, everything to put that together, man, that's real expensive.
Okay, and
it wasn't working.
Does Warhammer have like kind of its own community?
Yeah, everyone. Even I was talking to a couple guys from it, and they're like, what the hell, They're.
And where would these communities be on? Like Reddit, Discord?
I don't do any of that. So I met guy. I had commented on a Facebook post that I saw, like for a comic shop, and then somebody messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come check it out and like learn about it?" And I was like, "Cool, all right." And that's when I met Stephan. He was already there playing at the shop.
Okay. Do you have Reddit?
No.
Do you have Discord?
No.
Do you know Stephan to have those things?
Stephan has Reddit for sure.
Yeah. What makes you say that?
He used to always tell me to go on Warhammer, like the Warhammer things, and go check for Reddit and stuff like that in Discords.
Okay. Explain to us.
So Stephan Sterns is really creepy. We already know that, but it's interesting to hear his friends, and I don't know what to think of this guy really, or what he was into. He sounds like he's an okay enough guy, but yeah, expensive. Why is Stephan Sterns? He was a sleaze and a thief. He either stole that money from his parents, or he was doing a combination of stealing the money and earning it from the pictures taken. You can't tell me that you're gonna have 35,000 pictures. And they did say that some of them were not Madeline Soto, in fact, but we don't know if those were just traded from the internet, not just, but traded from the internet, or if he assaulted someone himself, other people. We don't know yet. So that being said, he did something with those 35,000 photos, y'all, and him having a toy collection like that, I just don't know. Lynn, I have never seen a mother as clueless as Jen. She reported her sleeping arrangements on the first interview. Like it's normal. I couldn't have said that any better, Lynn. Lynn Ties Fair Clow. I'm not sure how to say that, but yes, exactly. She reported her sleeping arrangements on the first interview like it was normal. And then when people say Jennifer Soto shouldn't be arrested, the ones that do say she shouldn't be arrested because they didn't find any crimes that she committed. In my opinion, that is a crime to put your 13-year-old and 12 and 10 and 11 and 9 and 8-year-old to bed with your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, anybody. Yeah, you nailed that. Wow. And, that guy might have known about his Adderall and such because he was probably doing it with him. He probably, did that. That community seems a little off. Those grown adults just obsessing over that. He's a sleaze maybe, a thief that plays Warhammer. Not because he plays Warhammer. I couldn't have said that better. I think his friend is a fan of Adderall also. So do I. I agree. And as long as his friend's not a chomo, it's okay. Oh my God, thank you. I'm grabbing kiddos from practice. I just noticed I'm a member. You're welcome, Jesse Lou, to whoever sent that. I appreciate you guys for doing that. You guys are amazing. Thank you. We've gifted lots of memberships today. All right, you guys are just really nailing it today. He's got the expensive hobby, cost thousands, yet he's unemployed, and he can only rob his parents so much. Hence, he probably was selling 35,000 photos, some of them. All right, let's keep going so I can
That's
eat
what
dinner.
Discord is.
To me, on Xbox I have it, but it's like you can find people to play like we have used it to find people to play Call of Duty, like Warhammer, Warzone. Sorry. So you can find people to join in the chat with you, depending on how many players. You can go to different chats and 3P, 4P, so you can get 4 players, 2 players, 2 players, and then someone random would hop in there and say, "Hey, I'm ready. I'll play a game with you." And then okay, cool, and then you start up a match. That's the only instance I know that stuff for.
Okay. Do you know anyone that would know if he has a Discord?
No, I don't know. Because I don't even know any. I only know Stephan. I don't know if Stephan even has any other friends like that.
Okay, I didn't know if you had mutual friends from here.
No, I mean, only the other 2 guys is the guy who invited me to Warhammer.
Thank you.
And the other guy that he's supposedly recently with. I mean, I don't want to say names because I don't know if they want to be like named out or anything like that involved. You know, one kid, his mom was like really sick with cancer, so I don't want to get it. But I talked to him recently, and I mean, I was the only one Stephan told for like a really long time that he was even back. So, but
why would he keep that secret?
I don't know. I always found that weird. Why would we want to go play Warhammer and see all those guys again?
Have you ever met Jen?
Twice on FaceTime.
And what was the context of?
Stephan was just talking to her, and he was here. We were playing Warhammer, and he just took a break, talked to her, and that was really it.
Okay. During those, do you remember when that was?
Oh, that was before he moved there. So he moved there like 2022 around that time. So like, I don't know, maybe within 6 months. 8 to 6 months, 6 to 8 months prior, I guess.
And I think I already asked him, but did he tell you what kind of relationship him and Jen had? Was it a good relationship, or?
I mean, if he was moving there, I guess, because they were doing like long distance and stuff like that. So I guess it was pretty good. I guess.
Now it seems like you're pretty good friends with Stephan. So, did he ever have any kind of sexual conversation with you, like, "Hey, this chick's hot," or anything like that?
Never.
Not ever. I'm not talking about just kids. I'm just talking about women.
No. That never. Definitely not that, because I would have lost my mind. So like he would have never been allowed in this house ever. I don't condone that behavior.
Even if he made comments like that about adult females.
He didn't at all. That's what I'm saying. Never. We were at Dean's, and older woman, a cougar or whatever, came up and was 100% hitting on him, and he was single at that time, and I was like, you should go for that, and he showed zero interest. I was like, I was always that threw me off a little bit, but now it doesn't throw me off because of what?
Wow, there was a woman hitting on Stephan Sterns, and the guy's like, "Bro," like it threw him off. And yeah, we're definitely talking about hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Now, hashtag arrest Jen Soto. There's so many things that are the nail in the coffin. Woody Allen meant she was jealous of Maddie. Absolutely. So many things that. Sleeping in her bed? No, I can't risk that anymore. What does that mean? When someone says, "Do your daughter sleep in your bed anymore with you by chance?" No, I can't risk that anymore. She wouldn't say that to a stranger, but she said that on text message. CBC, what's going on? And even though Synth calls me the boss, she's really the boss. She's running this, because after this, she's got me queued up to play one last interview that's only 9 minutes long. It's Walter Roska, and he's another guy that tipped in Stephan Sterns driving along Old Hickory Road facing 192. He saw Stephan stooped over the rear of his car and a donut tire leaning against the back. He found Stephan's posture very weird and close to a busy road. So this is interesting here. We have a lot of interviews I didn't even know we had, y'all. So thank you, mods. And thank you, mods, for getting this. And thank you, Synth, for helping me keep this organized and seeing which ones we had and which ones we didn't. So thank you. Yeah, I do have an awesome supportive team, Marilyn. I don't know how they do it, because after they help me, I text them and I say, "Hey, did we do that?" And they're like, "Jay, I already told you that I did that." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." So, yeah. All right. Jen, failure to protect her child. I agree. Let's go. Let's get this out the way so we can, whatever we're going to do tonight. Come on.
What's transpired?
But he didn't talk to you about the relationship him and Jen had?
No. They didn't. He just told, like last time I talked to him, I said, how's it going over there? Oh, we broke up. And he was living there still. So that was very weird to me. Like, why would you want to live in a place where you and the person aren't any longer in a romantic relationship for? But now it makes sense why he was staying there.
Did he ever talk to you? Did he ever tell you why he would go visit Jen?
Yeah, to go see Jen and the kid. You know, he was there all the time. He built a relationship.
When he said that they had split up, but he was still living there, did he tell you how that living arrangement was?
Like I say, he told me there was an extra bedroom.
Okay.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I don't know the apartment, so I don't know what it looks like in there, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said to me. I don't think he would have been staying on the couch. You know, that would have really made no sense to me, but I'm pretty sure he said there was an extra bedroom in there.
Okay. Did Jen ever come visit him down here?
No.
You know?
No, she never came down here. No.
She did.
But she definitely provided him Adderall. That I know. She definitely, when he would run out, she definitely once or twice has provided him with Adderall. So.
Did he ever mention if Jen had any roommates or anything like that?
No. I've never heard anything. He didn't really explain much of anything. Just that he was going out with this girl, that they had broken up within like 6 months of him moving in there, and then he still lived there until, you know, roughly 3-4 months ago. He moved back to his parents.
Okay.
Hey, Tiff.
And you said the last time you actually spoke with him was when?
Like a weekend or two before this actually happened. So
now, was that
I
via
can
text or
I can actually look it up right now. It's not on my phone from him, but I've talked to my buddy Duke.
I wish he would.
First time I've seen Stephan socialize outside of
Yeah. I was like, you know what? Let me see if Stephan wants. Like, only thing I know Stephan was socializing was coming to this house and playing some card games and stuff like that, or going to the comic shop.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Card games and going to the comic shop. And I bet you these people are disgusted now. If they're straight shooters, they're probably really disgusted. You can tell they have kids in the background. I can hear his wife talking. Now, I don't think they had a reward out for this yet. A lot of times they don't put rewards when it's right away like that. And I can't even imagine who would have put the reward up because nobody tried to pay for anything. As a matter of fact, they took that GoFundMe and spent it on who knows what. That man does deserve something. He's a hero. Thomas Carris, she has always spoken of her jealous rival, not like missing child. Yeah, absolutely. We keep saying that. And unfortunately, it's not a crime, but we want to hashtag arrest Jen Soto. And yeah, Veronica, I thought that too. There was no extra bedroom ever. No, that was not an extra bedroom. And I don't think that Juan approved of that. I don't think anybody knew that Jen was sleeping with Stephan and Maddie in the bed other than the roommates and the roommate before. I do not think they let Stephanie know that, which is Jen's sister, or Yolanda or Juan. I think they would have I think they would have done something. Stella says, I love it here, Jay. It's my first YouTube live in chat. Y'all are stuck with me. I hope so. I hope so. Thank you. All right. Yeah, but how could they not know something strange was going on? Well, that's why we're analyzing the crap out of this, because we're not sure. And all the support on hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Let me drop the link so you guys can sign the petition again. Sign it again. It doesn't hurt. All right. Let's finish this up so we can listen to the other guy that saw Stephan hunched over the car when Maddie's body was either in the trunk or he had just put it out into the bamboo bushes.
Okay. So what date was February 18th was a Sunday, right?
Thank you.
Sure. Let me check. Yeah. So I hung out with him February 17th.
No, Sunday or Saturday?
That was a Saturday, because February 18th was a Sunday.
When's the last time you guys conversed over the phone, or how would you guys talk? Via text, phone calls, Snapchat, or whatever?
Text. Yeah, and
do you still have any of those texts on
No.
your phone?
No.
Why not?
I work, so my phone gets tons and tons of texts. I get over 3,000 texts a week. So I can't. Once a week, I delete all my text messages because I get so many. So it's hard for me to even flip back things. If I was to flip back to things to me and my wife talked about, it would take me a month just to go back a week.
Got it.
So
what do you do for work?
I'm an irrigation technician.
Oh, okay.
So you know a little bit about his parents and they breed poodles.
Yeah, I know his
Do you
dad.
know where
goes-
they live?
Northport. I can't tell you the name of the block. I've literally been there once.
Okay, so you have been there.
Yeah.
Do you know them to own any other properties?
No, I don't even, I've heard things on these YouTube things and, it surprised me a couple things. Like, they're supposedly his mom paid someone off or something like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
we
never
just
heard
wanna
these
know
things.
what you
Like,
know.
nothing about them. I've met them one time.
Do you know if they rent anything?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about them.
Okay.
I've met them.
You don't
one
know
time.
them to own a storage unit, anything like that?
No. I've literally met them one time. I've met the dad. I've shook his hand once. I've met his mom. I've said hello to her once. And I was in there for maybe 15 minutes and we left.
So now he's talking about Stephan Sterns' parents, and the cops are trying to ask more about them. Yeah, definitely a crime to remember. She has 2 years of college experience, and she was in the front office of the Disney area, right? I heard that would be really hard to do what she was doing. She was also a substitute teacher, which meant that she had awareness of that. Yeah, Liz says, Jay, it seems like no one really cared about Maddie. Now they do. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit the like button if you just came in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do hit all the notifications. And if you can have the means to donate, please do. Gift memberships, whatever you can do. This is a fan-funded channel, so I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going. We're almost done with this interview, and then we're going to listen to one more. I know we're interview, but we want to get all these out there so we can move on to the next portion. And I'm sure there's going to be some even newer information soon. So I haven't heard this one or the next one, who's Walter, and he's another guy that saw Stephan along 192 on Hickory Road, or driving along that. All right, let's listen to this, and then one more.
Because of how loud it was because of the poodles.
For Warhammer, is there like a username and stuff for that? Gamer tag?
No, it's just Stephan.
Okay.
Yeah, you go by your first name. It's not like anything like that.
So Warhammer's not online. It's like
No, it's actual in-person game.
Oh, okay. Now
That's when you said Discord or Reddit for it. No, like maybe a Reddit because you can like buy and sell them on Reddit or something like that. He's always told me to go check that out. But I've never been much of a Reddit user, honestly. I've tried.
I didn't know if it was kind of like a World of Warcraft or something like that. Isn't that online?
Yeah, no, it's not like
It's
that.
not like that.
No. It's just an actual. You paint this stuff and you're on the table playing. There's like a mat and it's like things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I better understand.
Yeah. No, this is like an in-person game, just kind of like Magic the Gathering or like a Pokemon cards game, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is like actual like models that you build and put together and
like
paint and like that's why it's so expensive.
That's why it's so expensive, because you buy them in little packs and then you individually paint each one. So you got to buy the paints and all the brushes.
Yeah, pack is minimum.
And then you would
$40.
battle somebody?
Yeah.
On the table.
Yeah, roll dice,
Make
roll
like
dice,
little
choose what like attack you're gonna do and things
cars
like that.
and stuff like war vehicles and stuff like that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Just because I'm recording this and your name is
Oh, sorry.
Britney. What's your last name?
@ATZ.
Okay, and you guys husband and wife?
I mean, we've
Not
been
legally.
together, not legally, but we've been
Boyfriend,
together
girlfriend,
for a long time. 10
it.
years
Okay.
plus. So
What's your date of birth?
June 16th, 1990.
Frank, June 16th, 1990.
Yeah.
And yours, Brittany?
February 27th, 1989.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the reason I called because I was one of the last person that I'm pretty sure he saw before this all happened. So I mean, I can only tell you what.
Did he tell you he was going to Kissimmee?
He was supposed to go to Kissimmee that weekend that we hung out on the 17th.
Why didn't
But
he go?
then didn't. So he was like, I don't know, I'll let you know. And I was like, okay. And he's like, all right, I'm not gonna go. I'll come hang out.
He said why?
Nope. But he was talking about that girl that day, how they supposedly still had contact, and
Why would he bring her up? Like, how would
like it
that
was
conversation
like
start?
it was talking about the breakup, him and my friend, and then that girl just came up out of it. Like, oh, he was sad that or like upset.
That's my son, y'all. I don't know if you actually saw him, but that's my son. I bought some Wingstop for Reese and I. She has the week off, and he saw a bunch of Wingstop on the counter, and he's like, "Mom, can I take some of that Wingstop?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I'm like, "Well, don't take too much because then your sister will get pissed." So yeah, Reese is off. My son Christian just came here, left the door open. The dogs are barking, and we're listening to audio. All right, have a good night, Gemini. And yeah, that was my son. He is very good looking. Well, it runs in the family, you know. Yeah, ton of Wingstop. Ton of Wingstop we got. Those kids can eat.
Because they had created such a strong bond or something like that. You know.
So
now that seems weird to me. Then it didn't really seem weird to me because it was just like, okay, you were with this person for a while, you lived there. You know, this is a child. You know,
So he was telling you, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he was upset that him and Jen broke up because he created such a strong bond
me and the
with
person that I had introduced him when we were going to go out. That, yeah.
But that was the context of his conversation, is that he was upset that him and Jen broke up or breaking up, broke up because he was upset about the strong bond that he created with Maddie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now we know it's not a bond. It's fucking sick. So.
Right. It seems so innocent when it's just said without context. Like, if I was in a relationship with somebody long term, several years, and now their kid, we're splitting up, of course I'm going to miss that kid. But now with the context, it just seems.
Hindsight's 20/20, right?
Right, exactly. When you talk it, it's just regular. It seems so innocent.
Right.
When he sent me this, I was like, "What is that? What?" I mean, my kids love him. He's, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never would have thought in a million years Stephan would be capable of this type of behavior.
Right. This one, you know, I was watching the video. I had
That was like
on his face, and he's like, "Oh, that's nothing. Daddy's friend." I'm like, "Yeah, he's in trouble." And just kind of left it at that.
Now, let me ask you this, since you opened that can of worms, has he ever been alone with your child?
No. But that makes me wonder now. It's like, Stephan used to give me a lot of free things, like, you know, cards and these Blood Bowl characters, a pad. Like, was he trying to groom, like, get me comfortable enough for me to be like, hey, I gotta go to the store real quick, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, that's in the back of my mind too, because it's just sick. I would have never expected this, because I would have never been friends with somebody that does these type of things.
Right.
You know? Right, we can't even go to Walmart without him being like, "Get away from my kids."
Yeah.
To random old people just trying to be nice.
Yeah, no, it's honestly really sick, and it's upsetting. Like, every time I see those pictures of him online, it's like it rattles my brain. Like, how didn't I know this person doing these things?
Gotcha.
Did he ever talk about, as far as when he would go to Kissimmee and stay with Jen and Maddie, his sleeping arrangements?
I'm saying he told me there was a spare bedroom there. That's what I'm saying. Like, when they broke up, I'm sure. I mean, to me,
even when they were together.
I mean, to me, he didn't tell me anything about that. But, you know, my assumption would be he'd be staying in the room with her. You know, that's just usually what, you know, people are.
Her as being Jennifer.
Yeah.
I know you said that you knew him to take Adderall.
Yeah.
Did you know him to take anything else?
No, I mean, the time we were out, we just smoked a little pot and we had a couple beers.
I'm talking about
prescriptions.
No. I don't know anything else about it. Like, I tell you, I know he had prescriptions for Adderall, Ativan, and then in recent days he talked about Lunas.
Do you know what those are?
Adderall is an ADHD medication. Ativan is a benzodiazepine, which is for anxiety and things like that, which I thought was weird to be prescribed with Adderall because they kind of combat each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is this guy, a pharmacist? He knows the definition of everything and how to pronounce it, what it is. He must be taking some stuff too. Like, he's really way too good. And I can't do anything about this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the yelling in the background. And yeah, Synth, I think that we're going to wrap up on this one. This interview is kind of long and we're at 1 hour and 38 minutes. Although I love you all, I think we'll finish this up and then throw that other one onto the next video. Because I don't think I can be here another half an hour, and us talking about Wingstop makes me want to go back and eat my Wingstop and hope that my son doesn't take my ranch, y'all. If he takes my ranch, I'm gonna be upset because that ranch he could take one. He could take one of the cups. So hey, Christian. Oh, did he take my ranch? Hopefully he didn't take my ranch. He could take some Wingstops, but not my ranch.
What?
Did he take my ranch? Okay, I told him he could take some wings. Okay, all right. I'll be off as soon as I can eat my. All right, yeah. He didn't take my ranch. He knows Mama wants her ranch. Mama's like, hey, I told him Wingstop. I can get down with Wingstop, but I have to have like a bucket of ranch for it because sometimes they're a little too overcooked. So I just gotta like dig it in the ranch. You gotta love that when you have family, right? And I was just eating the fries with cheese, y'all. Fries with cheese is so good. Yeah, no, not all the ranch. You can take some of the ranch, but don't take all my ranch. I love my kids, but yeah, Starzy, we're still going. We're going to wrap this up soon. It is going to be dinner time for me. I think we're going to finish up this, and I got to go check on my ranch, and then we'll add the other one to it. Good one, but I don't want to skip on it because I'm hungry. So let's finish this up. Ranch, y'all.
So it can make you go into psychosis and things like that, and the lunastinos for sleep.
Okay. Has anybody reached out to you since all this has happened?
Yes.
Anybody of him? I only talked to 2 guys from Warhammer. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has Jen reached out to you?
No, I don't know. I don't know her like that.
Okay.
Like I said, I've only met her on FaceTime, so I've never met her personally, face to face, anything like that.
Okay. Now he says he takes sleeping medication, but yet he's continuously up all night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then he would sleep all day. Like all day. You couldn't get in touch with Steph until like at least 5 o'clock.
Exactly.
Like the earliest 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
All right. Do you swear and affirm that everything you told us today is the truth, best on your knowledge? So help you God.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna conclude this at 9:28 a.m.
All right, y'all, we made it through this, and you can see I got way distracted because my ranch. All right, y'all. So I love all of you. I appreciate you guys being here for an hour and 41 minutes so far, and I'm glad that you guys can always, if I meander, I'm gonna lose my ranch and we do have Parmesan wings. And then the Hawaiian ones, the sweet and spicy Hawaiian ones. So, yeah, I'm glad that we can all joke around and kind of get off topic sometimes just to lighten things up because the mood can get dark here, everybody. It really can. Yeah, can't get a hold of him till 5 p.m. That stood out to me quite a bit. And this next interview, I don't want because my mind is somewhere else. I don't want to get off topic, but he is the perfect candidate to drive your kid to school. I'm glad that they addressed. Did he try to get towards your kids? And the guy said, "Oh no, we never left him or anything like that." So, everybody, I want to say good night. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you guys for donations. Do me a favor and hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Oh wow, nice. Look what I got. Perfect timing too. I don't know how I got this, but I'm going to be thankful for it. Right now, look at Collector's Edition Chucky. Oh, look, you can see right through it, too. And it says for ages 8+. So, look at that. Whoever doesn't like Chucky, I'm sorry about that, but it just came in. I'm going to go have dinner and play with my toy that I'm not going to open. I'm just going to look at it. Is that a JoJo thing? JoJo, did you send that? I don't know where that came from right now, but love you too, Flower Girl, Mary Francis. I don't know where this came from, but I'll thank whoever it is. Sounds good. Great show. Thank you all. I love you. It's a Chucky Potato Head on that note. #arrest Jen Soto. And let's be back here tomorrow and we'll go over more. And hopefully if there's breaking news or we get an interview with somebody, we will definitely do it. If we can get an interview with those folks, we will. All right. Have a good night, y'all. And good night.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe.
You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?